Okay, Arthur, so we're going to take another look at your serve here. And just because I'd like to figure out, I'd like to at least get you kind of engaged in the process of figuring out what exactly is going on with it. So, this, of course, is the position that is the issue. And what we see is that the arm is not actually straight, but that this looks significantly different than the position achieved at this point in the swing by not only top professional players but also by the others on our team. So, yeah, not that. What's this? No, not that. Okay. So, just for the sake of comparison again, I'm going to one more time produce Stan Wawrinka, and we'll see that at this point in his motion, he's here with the racket dropped pretty far down below his waist and with the hand significantly closer to his head than yours is. So just move it like this, and you can see the distance you have between the hand and the head and how close that is. So if we look at, say, Carter, just for the sake of comparison, you can see as well that Carter is not a model server by any means, but you can see the difference in the position that he reaches there from you. Contact is not at the right spot. And if we look at it from the back, here's what we see. You see that it's bent, and the arm is bent, but if we look again from Carter, you can see that there's more forearm showing here than you have, more forearm showing, which means again that the arm is more bent at this point in the backswing. So, what do we need to do? How do we fix it? Because I showed you this last year, and I'm showing it to you this year, and it's kind of, it's the same thing. The first thing that I would like to see you do is to actually make a change in your backswing, which shouldn't be particularly taxing. But notice that here, as you bring the racket back, you do so with a bent arm, and you sort of move quickly into this position. If we compare with Wawrinka, watch his backswing. This is a very classic, rhythmical, and fluid movement where the arm comes, it's almost completely straight, not completely, but the racket head is pointing back towards the back fence. That's the first position I'd like you to visualize adding into your swing. So, what I'd like to see is for you to close your eyes to sort of visualize this as a checkpoint that you want to reach. As you're letting the ball go from your left hand, your right hand with the racket is pointing back almost specifically directly at the fence. The second position is this one that I want you to think about. And there are a couple things that I want you to associate with it. First, I want you to think about being very relaxed in your arm, in your shoulder, and your back. And secondly, I want you to think about the hand coming closer to the head. So, as we move into this part of the swing, I want that arm and shoulder relaxed, and I want that hand to be brought in closer to the head. And the final position that I want you to think about is the follow-through. Your landing is mostly correct, but notice that you don't follow through with the hand over to the opposite leg. The swing ends, the deceleration ends, which is another example that you might not be as relaxed as you could be. Notice where Wawrinka ends. So if the swing is relaxed and you're simply allowing the racket and the hand to follow the path of the swing, then it should end in front of that left leg. So if you can think about that, those three positions, and as you serve tomorrow, we'll see what happens.